Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. It is said that, the wall of the great elders do not lock all the doors. They indeed leave the right doors open. Now, we have had a report that there has been a very serious, like Basbo, serious one between Dr. Lizzy again and Igbi. Dr. Lizzy and Igbi, they said they turned the entire palace upside down over, a careless utterance that came out of the mouth of Igbi. Now, what happened as we are hearing what is going on? You know that Olori Naomi had stormed the palace from what we are hearing that it was Ooni of Ife that brought Olori Naomi. And the reason why Ooni of Ife brought Olori Naomi to the palace was because they needed the architect who drew the plan of the new building for Olori Naomi to interpret that plan to Olori Naomi to see if they need to make certain, adjustment because of her kitchen, okay? That there's a particular way she likes her kitchen. And so when Ooni, he said that when they brought that plan to the Ooni of Ife looked at the kitchen. Ooni of Ife could not understand the kitchen. And Ooni of Ife wanted them to go to the royal mansion to go and show her the plan. But then again, this thing with the new hospital came up where, they had to come, they were planning on launching it. And so what had happened was, after which, because of the Smidan event, they didn't launch it as at when they were supposed to launch it. Then they now came, Ooni of Ife now said, as he was returning back from Lagos to Ile Ife, Queen Naomi should come with him, that he wanted Queen Naomi to come so they can spend some time together. As we are hearing, they said when they came to the palace, they had to call the architect to come so that the architect can interpret that plan to Olori Naomi, as we heard. Now, remember that Naomi had to spend the night with Ooni of Ife right there in the palace. But they said that Naomi was kind of nausea the entire time again, and also vomiting. And you do know that Dr. Lizzy is a doctor as well. Dr. Lizzy was with her the entire time. But Ooni of Ife has a personal physician, okay? And that personal physician of the Ooni of Ife was the same personal physician that took care of Queen Naomi in her first trimester when she had when she was with Tadenikawo before she eventually left the palace. You know that usually they have a tradition. I don't know. I do not know. Okay. These are all alleged information. Even this tradition that we have been talking about is alleged. I don't know. They say that the king is not supposed to see newborn babies, his own newborn babies. Okay. Now that happens to be because of the hair that they come with while they're growing in the womb. And so when his wife takes in, before 3 months or after 3 months, when the baby begins to form and begins to grow hair, is their tradition for the wife to leave the palace and go until the baby is born and the hair falls off before they bring the baby back into the palace where the father welcomes them. That is said to be their tradition. Is this information true or not? I do not know. These are all the speculations that we are hearing. So let me not digress further, okay? So they said when Naomi started, developing this nausea and all of that again, Ooni of Ife invited the doctor to come to the palace. And it has to be something that is even serious that will make Ooni of Ife to call his personal physician in. And when Ooni of Ife called his personal physician in, what went out that the personal physician had come to see Naomi because Naomi was, having nausea and all of that the morning after that night. And those who, like they said, Iyagba started celebrating immediately. And you do know that this incidence of nausea did not just start now. We heard something about nausea last week right there in Lagos and all of that. And it happened again. And not just nausea, vomiting, like early morning sickness and all of that. So normally, you know that of course, women naturally, especially those of us who are from Africa, once you're of age, childbearing age, the moment you vomit, everybody thinks that you are pregnant. So we heard that when the doctor now came to the palace, I've evaluated Naomi and all of that. You do know that right now, Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, they are keeping their secrets. Their things are not out there like it used to be. Even amongst the Oloris, they are doing things without people knowing because, if everybody knew what they were doing, we'll get more information that we are getting right now. So they said the doctor evaluated Olori Naomi and left, but information went out, and that doctor came because of Olori Naomi. She had nausea and all of that, everything. And then they said Igbi Dr. Lizzy was actually passing to go and drop some documents. You know that she is in charge of the schedule. And so Oloris will come in the morning and they will stay where they are supposed to stay so they can get their schedule to do what they are supposed to do. So she was actually going to go and get drop the schedule for them when she met with Igbi was on the phone. And Igbi was saying, allegedly, as it is rumored, that Igbi was saying, using Yoruba to say that if it is pregnancy, it will never stay. That was the information, that was what she overheard, and Igbi talk about. And then she knew exactly that Igbi was referring to what is going on right there in the palace, because you do know that when people get pregnant, as in when people have this nausea feeling and vomiting, people automatically think that they are pregnant. I remember sometime last year when I was throwing up, like I was throwing up in front of my husband, like I really threw up. I didn't know that it was some brand of omeprazole that I took that was provoking that. My husband immediately just concluded that I was pregnant. I told him, honey, I'm pregnant. I do know I'm not pregnant. And why would you just think I'm pregnant because I'm vomiting? So now, because a lot of people know these symptoms that has been happening, like repeatedly since last week with Olori Naomi, a lot of people just assume that she's probably pregnant, and that information filtered through right there in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And this woman picked it up and she became very upset over that. When people don't like anything good, and they said that was how she went on the phone, and Dr. Lizzy was passing overheard that conversation where she was having with somebody and saying that if it is pregnancy, it will never stay. They said Dr. Lizzy grabbed her in the head, that I know that it is about Olori Naomi. And she said so. Then that was how the wahala started. The altercation, the basbos that Dr. Lizzy gave her, insulted the living daylight out of her, told her that maybe she has not heard what they have said, that anybody who is plotting evil against Naomi, she made reference to the vultures that visited the Olori mansion and all of that, that what happened before is going to repeat itself again. What she meant was this Akande drama, that if you do not stop, like God is giving you ample opportunity to stop your wickedness, to stop perpetuating your wickedness, but you are trying to tell God that you are wiser than him, that if it does not happen to you, you will not understand that God is tired of all all these problems that you are bringing upon an innocent woman. They said Dr. Lizzy was so upset that Dr. Lizzy grabbed her in the head and she was screaming on top of her voice. Meanwhile, Igbi was trying to calm down so that people will not hear their conversation. But at the end of the day, a lot of people heard what was being said, because she made mention of the fact that if Naomi is pregnant, the pregnancy will never stay. And this is alleged, rumored, speculated information making the rounds on social media. And I'll say to Dela Wright, whatever you get on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.